Hell fucking yeah.
Always on top, I guess.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Sierra's like,
User joined your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel.
I mean, my Rua story is also on, so.
Who fucking hired the Roomba?
That's regular. I fucking hate that.
How do you think I feel?
Hey, Red, don't break character. You're the fucking Roomba, alright?
04.
If
I
you
said
need
don't
to
break
get
character.
a clone face, there's a full arsenal in the briefing room.
Yeah, but imagine if we had a fully European flight.
Negative, if you're not having a clone face, shoot him.
Why would you give them a full arsenal? Oh, God.
What? They can't have guns or anything. It's not like they're gonna do anything with it.
They're definitely gonna put a dead man switch on themselves.
Okay, yeah, but that won't be a problem until after the ceremony.
I'd rather not anything blow up ever!
Merrick,
Tease and ham you!
Merrick, we haven't reached our quota of ships blown up this campaign yet.
Also, very fun reminder for everybody. I have a lot of awards to give out tonight, so if you see some goobers in your squad or platoon or whatever that are not here, please tell them to get in here. The chances are they will likely get something. Trust.
how you doing, Alex?
Good, Ruby, how are you?
The filler
Someone
clones
shoot
are off
Red.
to the side. If you just want to move them into place and put ambient animation
in my ear, let me know.
User left your channel.
Ambient animation, listen to briefing on them.
Dara, don't you dare
User joined your channel.
That sounds really bad. No, no.
It's tempting, Ruby. It's tempting.
Not in the middle of all fine, huh?
That just makes it even more
User joined your
tempting.
channel. User joined your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel.
I haven't touched it.
The fact that we could hear you.
You are on yelling, I can hear you, fuck ass.
User joined your channel.
What?
User left
What?
your channel.
What?
Ma! Ma!
What?
User
Fuck
joined your
you.
channel.
No, fuck you.
Oh, fuck you.
No, fuck you.
No.
What's your
Ruby, shoot
name?
that man.
I don't got a gun.
It's a you
Fuck
problem.
you,
That's a terrible, that's a terrible name.
I got told. No. Oh my god, we haven't seen our captain of the ship in like
User
3 billion
disconnected
years.
from your channel.
Where were they?
User disconnected
idea.
from your channel.
Off in the void.
Maybe if the cringe ass
So
Jedi
I'm
General
off in the
Yates
User joined your
wasn't
channel.
there. We would see our captain.
User left your channel.
Uh-huh.
Yes, but I.
Join
Oh,
time
we're
off
seeing,
and,
okay.
reshoot.
Oh, we're sitting a lot closer. than
User
that.
joined your channel.
Okay.
Testing? Testing?
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Actually, I could probably stand if y'all were radar.
See, that's me. I'm sorry.
User joined your
Clean
channel.
armor, you clean little boy.
User left your channel.
Yeah, you gotta stand in the middle. You gotta stand like.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
Bro, if I start a real squad, come.
Yeah, what do you want me to do in next suit?
I don't know. I got an engineer spot open. Yeah.
User left your channel.
Alright, Ruby,
What's up?
if you could help Chuka with the NPCs.
User in your channel timed
Oh,
out.
gosh, dude. I thought we were waiting a little bit, though.
I mean, we can. Just saying.
I just
User joined your
cooperate.
channel.
Not in way.
All you have to do is
Dara.
Yes.
why are
Does
you?
the full arsenal in the middle there need to be there?
For them to get clone faces.
Oh, okay.
God damn, that was loud.
One more time. If you need to get a clone face, there is an arsenal in the briefing
You
room.
got a clone face. You've got a clone face.
I actually had an old man clone
I'm getting the clones into place.
User joined
They're
your
off to
channel.
the side if you want to help me.
User left your channel.
Just put them in place and then just listen to briefing ambient animation on them.
Yeah,
Once again, for everybody joining us, welcome. We're going to be starting in about 3 to 4 minutes. Please have no helmets, no facial accessories,
That's why I made sure the
and a clone face equipped, por favor. And of course, no weapons or explosives. Leave them in your backpack or in the spawn area. Or just don't equip one at all. That'd be great. If you see any goobers to your left or right that should be here in your squad, platoon, element, etc., please make sure to try and get them here. There's a lot of cool stuff to be awarded, and I can't wait to give it to you guys.
User left your channel.
Only thing I have on me is the stuff that was in my.
The only thing I got on me is medical supplies and
I'm not gonna
stuff.
kick your ass. That's fucked up. I was asking a simple question. You don't need to
I
fucking
give you
bring
supplies
that
though
up.
if you want it.
That's crazy.
No, no, I'm
What the hell?
I was gonna take them off you if you had to.
What? You said you stole my gun. I'll tell Merrick on you. Merrick! I'm telling Dad, Warlock.
Never got really
a good answer. I was
It's like a,
what did they actually use? I'm
It's like
telling
a-
our older
it's
brother.
like an
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
telling our older brother Warlock. Hey, what year is it?
I don't know. I've got lower numbers than that.
24 before the
Are those fill-in troopers?
What's the battle? What's the battle? Yeah. Wait a minute, so do I.
Mark Young, bro.
How did he get BC?
User in your channel timed out.
We know a big battle's coming. We don't know how big.
So I've only ever done
but
one
it's
mission.
coming.
What are we supposed to be doing here?
Just stand there and look for it.
Stand, and or
Yeah.
farm.
User joined your
Aren't we
channel.
supposed to be like in a animation or something.
No, I don't know. They'll explain that. I've never done this before.
I've been to one in the.
Yeah, you've been to
Nearly
one
year
more
I've
than
been
me. I've literally never come to one of these before.
User in your channel timed out.
So you have to.
I mean, he doesn't have to.
Oh, I definitely don't have to. Bees convinced me to.
Wow.
from what
So
I
you want to
understand,
come
most people
support your
just, like,
brothers.
All right, hello everyone coming
User
into
joined
the
your channel.
stream. I see we have quite a lot tonight. We will be getting started in just a few
Toss
minutes
some more down on the
as everybody
bottom
is filtering in.
That's a great question.
I mean, I got
for just an individual. I thought I hard copied the group.
Alright, let me go yell at him.
Cardinal, please tell me your YouTube fucking name isn't
User
Swagger
left your channel.
Tagger.
There's no point in it.
User joined your channel.
Oh my
Yeah, well,
god.
thanks for what kind of
There we go. More copies down below.
Matt comes out now.
Oh, hello.
Look what the cat dragged.
Well, no, wait, we just gotta get him in there.
Why is he shaking his
They're
head?
coming back.
Merrick, did you know Cardinal's YouTube handle is Swagger Tagger?
Yes, because that's been the email he's pestered me with for 12 years.
What?
Hello.
Once again, everybody, we'll be starting in 3 minutes. Please get all your goobers here. If you don't see them to your left and right, it would be really cool if I can give everybody their shit. I look forward to doing so.
What does he mean? 3 minutes? He said that 3 minutes ago.
I extended it.
Are you sure about that, Merrick?
Are you sure about that?
You can hear me?
Are you sure about that?
Apparently they did it something similar in 35 BBY. So at the time of the Clone Wars, what we would call 35 BBY was year 0.
He said you're gay.
I did not say that.
I think what's crazy is
There's,
I think
no
what
hell
the
there
matter
in
of fact
game.
is all the calibers
Yeah,
yeah.
kept happened and they all got destroyed.
And PB was
Oh man. That's why they had to go
Are
to
we the
the
ones coming from Nexus?
Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, I need to.
I think this is the best turnout for an award
Yes.
ceremony we've had, other than the ones that were, you know, like at the start of a 48-hour hour.
User joined your channel.
Yeah, if I
I
can.
don't know. I
except
don't
for-
know.
here.
User left your channel.
The 48-hour one.
User joined your channel.
Hey, that's one way to get people to show up to an award ceremony. Promise them 48 hours of droid
Actually
killing.
work for a
User left your channel.
That's
an
NCO line, Joko.
God, wasn't that like fucking happened with Rylop and server crash immediately right after?
Well, that's also because we had significantly inferior servers back then.
Yeah.
But it
We
was
have
Ryloth, yeah.
headless clients now, Ruby. Thank you very much.
We have.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, my throat is so dry.
You eat a
I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot
caviar
pole.
and shit.
Yeah. I gotta be.
No, God.
Bro, I would rather
Relax, 10 white.
The Jedi.
Just turn it. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
User joined your
Yeah,
channel.
you gotta adjust yourself.
I'd sooner fight Warhammer orcs than fucking use on Vong. Fuck that.
Radar once again being live.
Those are prisoners.
Mods, delete the account from the code.
Yes, I wanted to do what those guys are doing, and I just remembered those were prisoners.
Took Thrawn unifying the entirety of the
User joined your channel.
Their bodies are like prisoners. Like the pose is a prisoner pose. I'm gonna stab you.
All right, everybody. It has been 3 minutes already, if you can believe it. I promise. I will give you all a hearty how do you do and good evening and welcome to our Totharvis Campaign Award ceremony. I am so excited to see so many bright and beautiful faces here tonight on Friday, May 15th, 2026. It has been a long campaign, it's been an arduous campaign, and I cannot wait to at long last award and recognize all those that stood out and did things, excuse me, I'm burping, went above and beyond the call of duty throughout their time in Totharvis. Whether you be an old salt, you've been here for 6 campaigns, or if this is your first one, all are considered equal here and are equally eligible, so long as you are surpassing the rank of CR. I look very much to giving a lot of awards out. So, first and foremost, a couple of housekeeping things. Numero uno. Last time I will mention it. Please make sure you have a clone helmet equipped that is concurrent with all the others that you see around you. If you have something gaudy or unsimilar to anything around you, probably have the wrong face and should go fix that. Number 2, please have your helmets and or NVGs, any LRs, anything, sorry, not LRs, any rangefinders, anything like that, disabled. Have it in your backpack, have it in your chest, something like that. I want to see your bright and beautiful faces. Number 3, no weapons of any kind. That includes knives, blasters, grenades, explosives, mines, anything like that. Please leave it in the spawn room or keep it tucked away in your uniform where I can't see it. I would appreciate it very much. Additionally, please make sure you have the walking animation equipped, which can be done by using Control-C, unless you have it bound to something else, in which case that is up to you to figure out on your own. But I would hate to see people sprinting around the hangar bay while I give some awards. Make sure we're all walking. Alright, finally, as I hold down the intercom button for an hour and a half now, I look forward to now being able to give you guys the final instructions. With that being said, yes, you are walking here, trust. With that being said, I'm going to go over how this is going to work. First of all, I will call the battalion to attention, and we will do a roll call, or a report in, more technical term. If you are not a platoon commander or platoon sergeant, this does not mean anything for you, so do not bother doing anything, don't move, don't say anything, you're good to go. All this will require of my platoon leaders will be to face the podium, render a crisp and sexy salute, and say, your platoon, either all present or all accounted for. All present means that everybody in your platoon is here. I know that is not the case for any of the platoons, so instead you will say, all accounted for, which means they are not all here, but I know where they all are. You will lie to me this one time. Promise. Anyways, I will say, very well, throw up a salute. After I put mine down, you will put yours down and face front once again. That is all that needs to be done. But it is a fun little thing that the real-life military does, and for those of you who don't know or joining us for the first time, this is a bit more of a role-play immersion-centered event in the unit. It's very fun. It does not require anything of you other than to simply sit pretty and moonwalk your way, metaphorically, on up to the podium if you should receive something tonight. There are quite a few of you who will be. So, do be prepared. Have your volume up because your name may be called. If it is called and you don't come up here, I will be sad, and we will probably make fun of you and teleport you, and or just wait for you to tab back in. So, please make sure you're paying attention, at least absent-mindedly. Once I call the battalion to attention, I will then call you to parade rest. What that means is basically you will be remaining still. You do not need to move. Please be on whisper. However, You will be free to look around if you so choose and or feel inclined to do so.
User joined your channel.
If you receive an award tonight, how this will work is the same as it has worked for 2.5 years now. If you receive an award, if you are using an animation, I will ask you to please stop using said animation. I'd appreciate it if there are as few animations as possible, since it will it will decrease the amount of time it takes for you to get to your spot to the podium. If you receive an award, you will take a step back. You will execute a right or left face, which means a 90-degree turn to the right or the left. If that means that you are bumping into somebody, take another step back. If you were in the first row, my first company, you will be executing a right or left face that takes you between the two companies. You will go around the formation. Do not cut in front of it unless you are in the front row. The front row of your squads, and or the squad leadership or platoon leadership of your respective platoons in the first row. If that is the case, you will step forward instead of back.
User joined your channel.
And then execute a right or left turn. As many right or left turns as you can, and is necessary for you to approach the podium. You will form a single file line shoulder to shoulder in front of the podium. Not from the right if whoever gets here first, not from the left if whoever gets here first, but centered on me in the podium here. You look straight ahead. I will read out the award that you are receiving, the citation, all that good stuff. If you are receiving a medal, which is the Bronze, Silver, or Gold Crescent, Aerial Cross, Medal of Bravery, Chancellor Service Medal, Cross of Glory, anything like that, J-Guys, anything like that, I will read out, or my constituents up here, such as Dara and or Sigs, will read out the citations with me or for me, and they will denote what you will be receiving and exactly what for. That'll only be for medals, though, otherwise we would be here for 2 hours. I'm hopeful that this will take about an hour and a half, unless there are any glitches or slip-ups on my part, or just the server being wacky. So, with that being said, how it will work, you will form a shoulder-to-shoulder single line in front of the podium. I will say, hand salute when you come up here. You will press the button, which I can never remember the frickin' name of. It's above enter on your keyboard. Press the button. It will throw up the salute button. Backslash, thank you. I cannot remember it for the life of me. Backslash. You will hit backslash while facing the podium. I will throw mine up, and I'll say, ready, two. When I say two, you will drop your salute. I will then read out the award, all that good stuff. After everybody's received their awards, I will then dismiss you, and I'll say, hand salute. You'll throw it up again. I'll throw mine up. After I drop mine, you will drop yours. I'll say,
This is the elevator
post.
using for intercom.
Post will be your signal to report back to your respective spots. You will execute a right or left face, and then you will move around the formation. Do not cut through the formation. Go around the formation and resume your spots in line. Once that's done, we will, in fact, move on to the next award. My only request, please, 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 do not cheer and yell and hoop and holler after every single name that I call. There will be opportunities for you to do so, and plenty of time after the ceremony for you to come up and say, hey, congratulations to your fellow guy or gal, or otherwise, for receiving a spectacular award. Very cool. So please, refrain from yelling. Please make sure you're on whisper the entirety of the ceremony. If you want to talk to your friends and neighbors, make sure you do it on a short range, and I cannot hear it, because if I do, I will cry, and, I don't know, something like that. Other than that, that is all that is required of you. So yeah, last and final reminder, if your friends are not here, please get them here. There are a lot of awards to give out, and I look forward to giving each and every one of them to the people that are here. If you are not here and you receive an award, there will be an awkward silence, and I will say congrats, and then we'll move on. Don't have me do an awkward silence. I beg of you, please. I beg of you. It's awkward. But yeah, for anybody watching the stream, hello. Wish you guys could be here. Understand that you're not. I hope you enjoy the show. With that being said, give me about 10 seconds and then we'll start.
User joined your channel.
6.9.1. Yeah.
Merrick, you just read that
User
out for the
left
entire
your
stream
channel.
here.
Alrighty then, let's get the show on the road. With that being said, I will call the battalion to attention and request a report. So, that being said, Cade Battalion, attention! Cade Battalion, report by platoon.
First platoon, all accounted for.
Very well.
Second platoon, Banshee, all accounted for.
Very well.
Third platoon, Chimera, all accounted for.
Very well.
Fourth platoon, Drexel, all accounted for, sir.
Very well. Cade Battalion, parade, rest. First off will be ribbons. The following personnel, please report front and center. Clone Pilot, Oranos. Veteran Clone Trooper, Dio. Clone Lance Corporal, Sin. Veteran Clone Trooper, Souls. Clone Lance Corporal, Ocean. Veteran Clone Trooper, Famine. And Clone Lance Corporal, Polar. Hand salute. Ready, two. The 6-month veterancy ribbon. Citation. This 6-month veterancy ribbon is awarded to all personnel who have continuously served within Cade Battalion for a period of 6 months from the time of their entry into the Discord or unit launch. Veterancy ribbons are given at the first week of every month by the unit leader, or, in exception for such an occasion, as so they may be given out during an award ceremony. Congratulations to all those who have received the 6-month veterancy ribbon. You are considered now semi-old, and I do appreciate all of the hard work and dedication you've given to the unit, and I look forward to pinning further veterancy ribbons on each and every one of you. Very well deserved. I can't wait to see you guys continue to do so much great things in the unit. Congratulations. Hand salute. Ready, two, post. The following personnel, please report front and center.
User left your channel.
Clone Trooper, Grizzly. Clone Lance Corporal, Saber. Clone Trooper, Tal. Clone Lance Corporal, Houdini. Senior Clone Trooper, Seal. Clone Lance Corporal, Blades. Clone Trooper, Prez. Clone Lance Corporal, Apollyon. Clone Trooper, Breach. Clone Lance Corporal, Lang. Clone Lance Corporal, Fox. Clone Corporal, Binary. Clone Pilot, Oak. And Clone Sergeant, Zephyr. Hand salute. Ready, two. The 1-year veterancy ribbon. Citation. The 1-year veterancy ribbon is awarded to all personnel who have continuously served within Cade Battalion for a period of 1 year from the time of their entry into the Discord or unit launch. My goodness, 1 year of veterancy. I hereby appoint all those whom I have called certifiably old, in fact, aspiring to be mega old as those who will be called next. But a full year, roughly, since the time you have joined us in Cade Battalion. My goodness, so much has come of you guys since you have joined us. I have looked forward to giving this award to everybody that receives it tremendously. So many people come from all different walks of life, and I really, really look forward to seeing what you aspire to in the time between your first and second year service ribbon. It's weird to think back a year ago, where you were, but I look forward to seeing where you are a year from now. So, congratulations, all those awarded the 1-year veterancy ribbon. And salute. Ready to post.
User left your channel. User joined your channel. User left your channel.
Maybe to save for time in between when they're starting to walk back, let's start calling people up as they're walking back.
The following personnel, please report front and center. Clone Sergeant Mood, Lieutenant Junior Grade Jorg, Clone Lance Corporal Bookworm, Clone Lance Corporal Coda, and Clone Lance Corporal Antonius. All right. See, that's that awkward silence I was talking about. The 2-year veterancy ribbon. Citation. The 2-year veterancy ribbon is awarded to all personnel who have continuously served within Cade Battalion for a period of 2 years from the time of their entry into the Discord or unit launch.
User joined your channel.
2 years. You are now considered very old or mega old, whichever you'd like to denote it as. You have been with us since nearly the beginning. Not quite, but especially during the times in which we were still forming, still finding our own and our identity. You saw the rise of 3rd and 4th platoons. You also witnessed many of the enhancements, reconfigurations, and expansions to the unit that now define it today. I look forward to hearing all of the old geezer talk from those with the 2-year veterancy ribbon amongst the public general, private generals, and the VCs, etc., and heralding times of old to now shape the new. With that, I won't go on too much longer for those that are not here, but I do give everybody awarded 2-year veterancy a hearty congratulations. The following personnel, please report front and center. Clone Sergeant Tar, Clone Lance Corporal Pamos, Clone Staff Sergeant Odin, Clone Lieutenant Zen, Clone Staff Sergeant Helix, and Senior Clone Trooper Willie.
User joined your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel.
And salute. Ready to. The Expert Grenadier Ribbon. Citation. The Expert Grenadier Ribbon is awarded to those who perform infallibly the duties of a grenadier, having spent continuous operations with a minimum of 6 as their designated role, with no issue, being the subject matter expert on the role and or the primary instructor of the role. Grenadiers are UGL users, are one of the most widespread explosives in the battalion. It is also very handily and expertly utilized by a great many of people. I look forward to seeing a lot more people strive for this award, as it is in fact, well, kind of one of our staples as a battalion. We make great use of our UGLs, especially with some of the recent reworks with B2s and other droids. They now suffer quite a bit more hate at the hands of B2s, at the hands of UGLs and explosives. I do look forward to a lot more people honing their skills, even with some of the janky sights and stuff, but definitely getting a feel for how they work and how they can affect a battlefield in such ways. But to those standing before me, I give you a hearty congratulations on already striving and aspiring past said heights. And salute. Ready. To post.
To assist with speeding up going forward, we're going to call it the next ribbon as people return to their posts. So if we want to move on to Heavy Gunner, I'll go ahead and announce them now. Can I get VCT Twitch, Veteran Clone Trooper Duke, Veteran Clone Trooper Border, Clone Lance Corporal Excel, Clone Lance Corporal White, Clone Lance Corporal Peaches, Veteran Clone Trooper Hotshot, and Clone Lance Corporal Kellogg.
User joined your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel.
And salute. Ready. To the Expert Heavy Gunner Ribbon. Citation. The Expert Heavy Gunner Ribbon is awarded to those who perform infallibly the duties of a heavy gunner, having spent continuous operations with a minimum of 6 as their designated role with no issues, being the subject matter expert of the role and or the primary instructor of the role. Heavy Gunners, aka our AR teams and experts, are those who aspire for a more rapid rate of fire than that which you would find for the regular DCs, etc., etc. There are those who are providing suppressive fire, and most importantly, and the thing that we look forward to analyzing for these ribbons, know how to control the weapon. It is one thing to spray and pray, it is another thing to actually know how to manage the system that you are holding in your hands that is very vital to your platoon or your squad's survival. So, these are people that have exemplified the expectations of a heavy gunner or an AR trooper and gone above and beyond. Continuously. Continuously is a key word. Anybody can be a stellar trooper once. It's another thing for you to excel at the job for an extended period of time. I've heard nothing but great things of all those called, and I look forward to seeing what more you do with the weapon systems provided to you. Congratulations on receiving Expert Heavy Gunner Ribbon. And salute. Ready. To post.
Can we please get Corporal Shut front and center?
The Expert Marksman Ribbon. Citation. The Expert Marksman Ribbon is awarded to those who perform infallibly the duties of a marksman, having spent continuous operations with a minimum of 6 as their designated role with no issues, being the subject matter expert on the role and or the primary instructor of the role. Since they're not here, I won't go into too much detail, other than the Marksman is a very specific and unique kit and billet assigned to the squad's battalion as a whole. It is definitely a different frame of mind from those of the other billets. It is all about ammo conservation. You do not have the ammo to shoot everything that moves. You do not have the time to zero in everything that you want to shoot. It is very much a waiting game, learning to prioritize targets, and ensuring that you are inflicting the most amount of damage to the squad, platoon, whatever enemy element that you are engaging without, of course, spraying and praying like an AR gunner. With that being said, congratulations to Corporal Shutt on Expert Marksman.
Can we please get Clone Lance Corporal Arcus, Clone Lance Corporal Mig, Clone Lance Corporal Cursed, Senior Clone Trooper Motto, Clone Lance Corporal Volos, and Veteran Clone Trooper Prime front and center.
And salute.
Hold. Marcus, I said Arcus. Arcus. Sorry, buddy.
So close. Almost snuck in under me.
Just so you know, I feel incredibly bad, Marcus, and I will be crying after the award ceremony.
Alright. Well, since none of them are actually here, let's go ahead then. The Expert Anti-Tank Ribbon! Citation: The Expert Anti-Tank Ribbon is awarded to those who perform infallibly the duties of an AT-assigned trooper, having spent continuous operations with a minimum of 6 as their designated role with no issues, being the subject matter expert on the role and or the primary instructor of the role. TLDR, AT, anti-tank, all of our high explosive boyos. They are in fact a staple and cornerstone of the unit. We are, in my opinion, one of the most efficient AT using units out there, and I have struggled to find people who have met our level of proficiency with AT engagement. The ranges, the accuracy, the ammo conservation, the intentional collateral damage wrought by our AT troopers is extraordinary. You guys are pinpoint accurate. You guys are disciplined and Johnny on the spot. The biggest part of an AT trooper is knowing when to be useful and when not to be. There are situations that call for AT and do not. Wasting rounds against a Raptor? Not a good idea. Armored columns of AATs? Probably a great idea. Or providing ambushes or utilizing HE rounds to level buildings as necessary and relevant to the rules of engagement, all of which are determinations made by the AT trooper in that split-second decision, and those called up have exemplified all of those examples. Congratulations, all those awarded the Expert Anti-Tank Ribbon.
Can we get Clone Lance Corporal Cutlass front and center?
Alright, another awkward silence. The Expert Engineer Ribbon! Citation: The Expert Engineer Ribbon is awarded to those who perform infallibly the duties of a combat engineer and demolitions expert, having spent continuous operations with a minimum of 6 as their designated role with no issues, being the subject matter expert of the role and or the primary instructor of the role. The Combat Engineer billet and kit is one that has gone through many changes throughout the course of the unit, and I'm sure it's not done. I know as recently as a few weeks or about a month ago, we had some of our demolitions transferred over to a different mod, and there are changes that may be coming in the near future. We are still evaluating, but for all those who continuously master the art of combat engineering and demolitions, it is in fact an art. Not only handling mine placement, detonation charge, management, utility, and the utilization of our construction tool, it is in fact a very wide-reaching billet, and I really do appreciate everybody that puts so much heart and soul into the billet, such as our main man who has been called up for such. Congratulations to Mr. Cutlass and all those who aspire for the engineer ribbon. I look forward to seeing you up here soon.
Can we get Clone Lance Corporal Hugger, Clone Lance Corporal Jax, front and center?
And salute. Ready. 2. The Expert in Place Weapons Ribbon! Citation. The Expert in Place Weapons Ribbon is awarded to those who perform infallibly the duties of an in-place weapons trooper, utilizing the mortar or E-Web weapons platform, having spent continuous operations with a minimum of 6 as their designated role with no issues, being the subject matter expert of the role and or the primary instructor of the role. And place weapons is one of those more niche skill sets that is all the more vital to the unit in its exclusivity. It is something that is not utilized by many clone troopers, but is one that is honed to perfection, or near to that, by a few. It is, I think many of us can attribute some of our lives to the rain of hate that is the mortar tubes, and or the utilization of heavy fire that is our E-Webs. The E-Webs, I know, are undergoing more changes, and I look forward to being able to say that they are more deadly and more versatile and more easily accessible to the in-place weapons troopers in the future, and perhaps even giving or allowing a few more weapons platforms to in-place weapons. But for now, the mortars and the E-Webs are the name of the game. I do greatly appreciate all those before me who have exemplified the expectations and standards of an in-place weapons trooper. Congratulations. And salute. Ready. 2. Post.
Can we get Clone Lance Corporal House, front and center?
And salute. Ready. 2. The Expert Crew Chief Ribbon! Citation. The Expert Crew Chief Ribbon is awarded to those who perform infallibly the duties of a crew chief, having spent continuous operations with a minimum of 6 as their designated role with no issues, being the subject matter expert of the role and or the primary instructor of the role. Crew chiefs are one of those very unspoken and in the background kind of troopers in the battalion. They are those that you will see comforting the pilots mid-red air incident or catastrophe. They will be manning the ball guns, assisting with cast calls, taking out targets. They will be assisting with medical relief and casualty assistance in the back of lat gunships. Whenever your squad member is injured, you can count on it that there was likely a crew chief in the back somewhere quietly bandaging them up so that you don't lose your fellow trooper. The crew chiefs are a thankless breed. They exist in the shadows, but do quite a bit for the light. They are those that you least expect to be such a extravagant addition to the operations, but I think the pilots, if not the entirety of the platoons that they serve, have come to consider them the unspoken heroes. That's a wonderful word for it. They are very much an integral part of each platoon, the companies, and the battalion as a whole. And I look forward to seeing more people strive for the position. But for now, Clone Lance Corporal House has more than exemplified every standard of the crew chief, and I do look forward to seeing what more he has in store for us with his talents and prowess. Congratulations. And salute. Ready. 2. Post.
User joined your channel. User left your channel.
Apologies, can we get Clone Lance Corporal
User
Claw,
joined your channel.
Senior Clone Trooper Det, Clone Lance Corporal Overwatch, front and center?
User left your
And
channel.
salute. Ready, 2. The Expert Crewman Ribbon. Citation. The Expert Crewman Ribbon is awarded to those who perform infallibly the duties of an armored or mechanized crewman, having spent continuous operations with a minimum of 6 as their designated role, with no issues, being the subject matter expert of the role and or the primary instructor of the role. Crewmen are a breed specific to Second Company, however, are regarded with much endearment by all of the battalion. They are the ones you see piloting any and all of our vehicles above that of an ITT, carrying the firepower equivalent of many of our greatest foes and adversaries. They're the ones you see operating as small teams that are expected to carry with them the firepower and the versatility of squads, if not multiple elements within a platoon. They exercise caution, coordination, and above all else discretion at the platoon's behest and that of the squads that they may be attached to. It is definitely a different game altogether to be a tanker or a mechanized crew member, but it is all the more imperative that they be experts in their respective field. And for that, I am ecstatic to award all those before me the Expert Crewman Ribbon, and I do very much look forward to seeing what more you can give to your respective detachments. Congratulations.
To save you a little bit, I'll do the first hand salute.
Salute.
Keep going.
Ready, 2.
Yeah, going for I'll do the first ones. Can we get Senior Clone Trooper Merc, M-U-R-K, CLC Strider, CLC Flatline, Senior Clone Trooper Ordo, Clone Lance Corporal Texas, Corporal Chips, and Clone Lance Corporal Heller, front and center. And salute. Ready, 2.
The Expert RTO Ribbon. Citation. The Expert RC Ribbon is awarded to those who perform infallibly the duties of a field radio operator, forward air controller, radio telephone operator, or forward observer, having spent continuous operations with a minimum of 6 as their designated role with no issue, being the subject matter expert on the role and or the primary instructor of the role. I think Talisman put it best. Our radio operators are in fact schizophrenic, if not when they aspire to the role of RTO, then definitely after. It is in fact a very rare and specific breed of people that can handle so many voices with such imperativeness in all of their tones all at once. RTOs often find themselves specifically in our 32 or 48 hour continuous operations at the forefront of psychosis, put it lightly. They are those that have to radio frequencies from ground to air, assist with the platoons, coordinating with each other, the companies, even the battalion at sometimes if I need it, etc., etc. It is in fact very much a thankless job, but one that we all vitally rely on, especially squads that may need reinserts, rearmaments, some of our resupplies, and of course transit and any other thing that you may need from FINOC, from other assets that are not directly command. It goes through them, and that is their job, on top of being a trooper, on top of being an integral part of your squad, assisting in every other capacity that they can within their means of fulfillment. For those that excel at this position, I truly salute you, and I thank you all for your very thankless work, but very vital billet in your squads and platoons, etc. Congratulations.
Hand salute. Ready, 2. Post. Can we get veteran Clone Trooper Dio, Clone Lance Corporal Argo, Veteran Clone Trooper Forge, Clone Lance Corporal Blades, Clone Sergeant Seraph, Veteran Clone Trooper Bard, Veteran Clone Trooper Hades, Veteran Clone Trooper Knight, Veteran Clone Trooper Hotshot, Clone Lance Corporal Smoke, front and center. Hand, salute. Ready, 2.
The Expert Medic Ribbon! Citation: The Expert Medic Ribbon is awarded to those who perform infallibly the duties of a combat medic, having spent continuous operations with a minimum of 6 as their designated role, with no issues, being the subject matter expert of the role and are the primary instructors of the role. Medics! Perhaps one of the more visibly vital roles to every single element in across every game you could really think of, and especially in real life. Squad medics, your platoon medics, etc., are those that keep you in the fight. Our medical system may be a bit more faster paced and watered down than perhaps what other units might employ, but given the high intensity of our operations, the amount of droids that you are facing with the lethality of their weapons, medics are all the more important to each and every one of Cade Battalion's operations. It is the medics in your squad, your section, and your platoon that keep you alive in the fight and in peak medical condition. As we all know, without the medics, your armor would turn blue, you go down quicker, your pain threshold is decreased, your unconsciousness increases to the point where sometimes you simply do not wake up and die of heart failure 10 minutes afterwards. The expedience of their services, the intuitiveness of their existence to the squads is why the platoons and the squads operate so well. And for that, I thank each and every one of you before me and all medics for all the contributions you make to your respective units. For that as well, I am pleased to announce that all those awarded the Expert Medic Ribbon are given the more unofficial title of Doc. So, for any of you who would like to harass them a bit more than usual in operations, you may now in fact inflict the oh so woesome title of Doc upon them. They have earned it in its totality, and I do look forward to seeing them be ready, Johnny on the spot for their squads and platoons in many, many operations to come. Congratulations and thank you once again.
Hand, salute. Ready, 2.
User joined your
Post.
channel.
Can we get
User
Clone
joined
Sergeant
channel.
Steele, Clone Lance Corporal Mixer, Clone Lance Corporal Airman, front and center? Hand, salute. Ready, 2.
The Expert Ranger Ribbon! Citation: The Expert Ranger Ribbon is awarded to troopers assigned to Ranger Platoon Vornskjur, infallibly executing their duties to plan, perform, and execute the entirety of a reconnaissance operation on several occasions, to be an expert in their weapons platforms, several of their certifications, and their leadership potential within Vornskjur Platoon. It is a much more unseen honor to be awarded the Expert Ranger Ribbon, as the qualifications for such are those executed and shown through Ranger operations, which are done, of course, perhaps less publicly. It is done on Fridays, it is done during our 32-hour operations, but it is no less important to those of any other Expert Ribbon. It is something that is not only requiring of you to perform the duties of a Ranger, in that more broad term, but also to excel at it in continuous status. It is definitely a twist on the playstyle of the unit, and it is one that is not for everybody. And it means all the more to see people not only invest in it, but but to also excel at it. For that, I am extremely proud and grateful to be able to award each and every one of you with the Expert Ranger ribbon. Congratulations.
And salute. Ready. 2. Post. Can I get the following troopers front and center? Clone Corporal Kate, K-A-T-E. Clone Lance Corporal Primus. Clone Lance Corporal House. Clone Sergeant Zephyr. Clone Sergeant Blue Eye. Lieutenant Commander Sturm. Clone Sergeant Warlock. Clone Corporal Moldova. Clone Lance Corporal Arthur. Clone Lance Corporal Merlin. Corporal Vengeance. Senior Clone Trooper Ordo. Corporal Trenny. Clone Sergeant Preacher. And Corporal Sly. Hand. Salute. Ready. 2.
The Platoon Commendation Ribbon. Citation. The Platoon Commendation Ribbon is awarded to personnel who have proven to be an outstanding member of their platoon or element during a specific week of events and activities, often being one to attend all of that week's events and demonstrating a commitment to personal improvement and excellence that is noticed by their platoon staff. This ribbon may be given by consensus of platoon leadership to one trooper once per week at their discretion, except in an award ceremony, and may be obtained multiple times. I can't speak entirely for all of your platoon staff that voted for these ribbons, but I will say that each and every one of them sat down and physically deliberated over your eligibility, sat down and ensured that all criteria had been met on a continuous basis, and I have heard nothing but glowing reviews from each and every one of these citations. Each and every one of the names put forward are people that have put continuous and unceasing effort into their platoons, being a model example of what a member of that platoon should look like, how they should act, how they should behave, their attendance, their commitment to the unit, and above all else, their enjoyment in the space that is Cade Battalion. For that, I am extremely proud and grateful to be able to award each and every one of you the Platoon Commendation Ribbon. Congratulations.
Hand. Salute. Ready. 2. Post. Can we have Clone Lieutenant Zen front and center? Hand. Salute. Ready. 2.
The Company Commendation Ribbon. Citation. The Company Commendation Ribbon is awarded to personnel who have proven to be an outstanding member of their company or elements during a specific week of events and activities, often being one to attend all of that week's events and demonstrating a commitment to personal improvement and excellence that is noticed by their company staff. This ribbon may be given by consensus of the company commander and or leadership to one trooper once per week at their discretion, except in award ceremony, and may be obtained at multiple times.
Is this thing on? Yes, it is. Okay, hi. I think the award mostly speaks for itself, but Zen throughout the entire... I'm going to try
myself insane hearing my voice. Jesus Christ. Throughout the entire campaign, Zen performed incredibly well, doing his administrative duties to the T, and should be a shining example to other platoon leaders of what's expected, especially when against such hardships during the campaign. So, outstanding performance, Zen, and you definitely improved leaps and bounds. So I appreciate your effort. It is not going to notice and continue to do great.
I will also add in addition that Xenthius handled a very engaging and tough disciplinary action scenario with a few of our members, and he handled that greatly and spent a lot of manpower hours behind the scene getting that sorted out, talking to multiple individuals, and did so appropriately.
I will not beat the dead horse, but I find you more than deserving of such an award, Mr. Zen. Thank you so much for all of your hard work and dedication. Congratulations.
And salute. Ready. 2. Post. Can I get Cologne Lance Corporal Cowboy and Corporal Samurai front and center?
Dara, are you going to do Sam's? He's actively asking me to remove his company com. Once we get them going, I assume yes. Dara, you muted if you're trying to talk.
Oh, yeah, I can do it 6.
Hi.
Yeah, sorry, I can't hear you on Whisper from over here.
Oh, sorry.
I will go ahead and speak for Cowboys. And salute. Ready. 2.
The Battalion Commendation Ribbon. Citation. The Battalion Commendation Ribbon is awarded to personnel who have proven to be an outstanding member of the battalion during a specific week of events and activities, often being one to attend all of those week's events and demonstrating a commitment to personal improvement and excellence that is noticed by the battalion command. This ribbon, may be given by consensus of battalion command to one trooper once per week at their discretion, except in award ceremonies, and may be obtained multiple times.
Right, I will do Clone Lancer Cowboys, put up by the S6 staff team for a battalion commendation. Cowboy, for those who don't know, statistics-wise, is probably the most dedicated and routinely on-point trainer when it comes to weapons, quals, certs that he's involved with. To this date, since his joining, he has done 193 qual trainings. He has acquired just about everything there can be when it comes to a trainer, when it comes to your crescents, your ribbons for support excellence, your mark of dedication. Cowboy has been in a lot of people's careers here in the 41st when it comes to their training and their skill proficiency. And once again, we appreciate you, Cowboy, for the hard effort that you do put in, and hope that this battalion commendation rewards you. I will then pass it over to Captain Dara for Samurai's citation.
All right, Samurai, who unfortunately is not here, but hopefully at least is listening, awarded for his work in S5. Any of you that have put in for custom armor at various points throughout your careers here will know that Samurai is one of our most dedicated artists, as well as being one of the ones that I can always go to when we need something new or something crazy. He's put in countless hours to making S5 and the armor that all of you wear the best we can make it.
I will once again not beat the dead horse, but the battalion commendation is something that I do covet close to my heart, as it is the commendation ribbon Siggs and I are able to give out. It is a hopeful recognition of all of your hard work and dedication to the unit that is noticed at even our level, even, perhaps what some may consider the more detached reaches of the unit and command of our oversight. It is noticed, it is felt, it is seen not only in the text documents and the archives of how many awards or how many things you've done, but most importantly, how people talk about you. How people react to getting a training from you, from getting a texture from you, from having you be a part of their experience in the unit. And it warms my heart to no end to know that you've had such a wonderful impact on many people in the unit. So for that, I am extremely proud to award both of you the Battalion Commendation Ribbon.
You'll likely not be here to salute, but we'll do it anyways. Hand, salute. Ready, 2, post. I'm now going to announce the next round, and I'll include which S shop is awarding this. Clone Lance Corporal Cowboy for S6 in Airborne School. Clone Sergeant Aries, Airborne School in S3. Clone Staff Sergeant Dillum for S6 and S1. Clone Captain Cardinal for S4. CXS Derp for S6. Clone Sergeant Ace for S6 and S2. Clone Sergeant Puma for S6. Clone Sergeant Mood for S6. Corporal Hex for S1. Clone Lance Corporal Hazo for S2. And Clone Lance Corporal Percival for S2. Cowboy needs to be brought back to the center.
I'm walking back, don't teleport me.
Groovy. Just because I find it funny to clown him while we're waiting for this last man, your Clone Captain Cardinal would be here to receive this had he not uninstalled Arma 3 to play Final Fantasy XIV and has forgot to reinstall it. Hand, salute. Ready, 2.
I'm trying not to laugh. Alright. The Support Excellence Ribbon! Citation! The Support Excellence Ribbon is awarded to those whom have demonstrated an outstanding contribution, or contributions, to their respective S-shops while serving in K Battalion, having performed their duties in a manner considered above and beyond the requirements of their given role, and taken initiative to complete tasks beyond those immediately responsible for. Recipients are those who have made an extreme impact upon their S-shops, and therein by the unit as a whole.
Hand, salute. Ready, 2. Post. This is going to be a long one, so stick with me. Can I please get Clone Lance Corporal Stant, Corporal Hex, Clone Sergeant Rumble, Clone Lance Corporal Slow, Clone Lance Corporal Nori, Clone Lance Corporal Kirby, Corporal Lair, Clone Sergeant Ace, CXS Sierra, CXL Grim, Clone Sergeant Aries, Clone Trooper Draco, Clone Sergeant Silhouette, Senior Clone Trooper Ordo, Corporal Starlet, CLC Cowboy, Clone Trooper Gecko, Corporal Gustav, Clone Lance Corporal Cutlass, Senior Clone Trooper Persuade, Lieutenant Junior Grade Dongle, Veteran Clone Trooper Kodiak, Clone Lance Corporal Bright, Clone Lieutenant Zen, Clone Lance Corporal Airman, Clone Commander Shotcat, Clone Lance Corporal Smoke, and Clone Lance Corporal Hazo, front and center. Hand, salute. Ready, 2.
The Combat Distinction Ribbon! Citation! The Combat Distinction Ribbon is awarded to troopers who perform an action or actions of exceptional combat competency or prowess in the fulfillment of their role or mission while serving in Cade Battalion. Such examples of actions include acute situational awareness in combat environment, exceptional target engagement, effective elimination of formidable enemy assets, acute actions taken in the defense of fellow troopers, and continued proficiency in a trooper's given role or billet beyond the parameters indicated eligible for an expert ribbon. The Combat Distinction Ribbon is something that I really love the implementation of. It is a way to really showcase the prowess of many people. It is a way to recognize many names, many individuals for things that maybe otherwise might have gone unnoticed in an operation. It's that fine line between an expert ribbon and the crescents. It is very much a testament to your guys' combat efficiency, to your guys' acute situational awareness. It does matter if you look right or left while crossing a street. It does matter if you look up and notice those red flares indicating enemy artillery coming down on you. It does matter if you engage that target first before another, picking your targets, making sure that you down enemy commanders, people that are capable of throwing grenades, that have wrist rockets, etc. All of these things play into the survivability of your respective subunits that have likely accumulated to the survival of your squads, if not your platoons and other unit elements. I also know many of you are giving this award for your commendable and very impressive performance during the snatch and grab operation to secure enemy HVTs during the 32-hour operation. I know many members of command could not stop ranting and raving about such prowess and the commitment shown by many of you in such action, as well as others that have received this award or are receiving it for other actions throughout the campaign. It is those kinds of actions, it is that kind of coordination, that kind of professionalism that is in all respects deserving of this award, and all of you before us have more than earned the Combat Distinction Ribbon. Congratulations.
And salute. Ready. 2. Post. Just like I did for Sport Excellence, I will announce which S-Shop is awarding after their name. Clone Captain Cardinal, S6. Corporal Shutt, S1. Corporal Trenny, S6. Clone Sergeant Zephyr, S6 and S2. Clone Staff Sergeant Odin, S6. Clone Sergeant Blue Eye, S6 and S2. Clone Lance Corporal Heller, S6. Clone Lance Corporal Hugger, S6. CXS Talisman, S6 and S2. CLC Flatline, S6. CXS Derp, S6. Clone Lance Corporal Nori, S6. Clone Sergeant Silhouette, S6. Clone Sergeant Rumble, S6 and S1. And finally, Clone Sergeant Steel for S5.
User joined your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel.
And salute. Ready. 2.
The Crescent of Service! Citation. The Crescent of Service is awarded to those whom have proven to be a valued asset in their respective S-Shops, demonstrating a commitment to the betterment of the unit through their contributions in both time and effort, continuously meeting the requirements of their given S-Shop's role, and possessing a workspace attitude that reflects a dedication to their work and positive effect to those whom their S-Shop's work impacts. Like I've said for the other ribbon, and like I will say again, because I can, the S-Shops are the beating heart of the respective aspects of the unit. Without them, we would not have the operations. We would not have your certs, your quals, your textures, your maps, the points that you all aspire for after every operation. You would not have the administrative paperwork that goes into making sure everybody is up to date. You would not also have your basic trainings, your basic assets. You would not have your asset tracking across the campaign, and you would not have the lore and the NPCs and the many actors behind it all, especially the Zeuses and other vital roles within all of the S shops. You guys are the powerhouse. You guys are the workhorses behind the unit that keep this unit running. Everything that you see here, from the armor to the textures to the comp that we're standing in with the map, the server that we're standing in, the TeamSpeak, the Discord server that I pinged you in, the points that denote your rank and your armor and your specific custom armors, your custom faces, weapons, everything is because of the S shops. Everything is because of them, and I cannot thank you guys enough for all of your hard work and dedication in keeping this unit running, keeping it what it is, and what I plan to keep it for many years to come. Congratulations.
My only addition is sometimes people do forget that a lot of the S shop individuals, that they are not paid obviously, but it is very much like a second job. To some of them, they are doing this for hours, multiple times a week, if not every day of the week, and it's completely voluntary. And we appreciate everything that they do and every aspect in which they fulfill within the unit. But let's go ahead and get this going. And salute. Ready to post. Can I get the following? Corporal Demon, Clone Sergeant Blue Eye, Clone Sergeant Dash, Clone Sergeant Steel, CXP Pole, CXC Kate, CAIT, Clone Lance Corporal Dark, Veteran Clone Trooper Dio, and CXS Bees, front and center. And salute. Ready to.
The Mark of Dedication. Citation. The Mark of Dedication is awarded to troopers who have demonstrated a commitment to the 41st Elite Corps Kate Battalion unit that exceeds all requirements or expectations of a unit member, oftentimes being regarded as a regular to any and all unit events beyond minimum requirements, showing activity in the Discord in both text and voice channels, possessing an attitude enriching to the unit's atmosphere, and being all around a valued and dedicated member of the unit. I think this award is for definitely another breed of the unsung heroes of the unit. The unit is not much. It is an empty space. It is boring. It is vacant without those that are here on a continuous basis. Without those that are hanging out in the voice chats, aren't contributing to conversations in other games, private general, public general, your respective squad bunks, or helping lead the charge in various events, calling for liberation sessions, etc. The people that help really make this unit feel alive, especially to me, are the people that you see on a continuous basis. You can hop into VC, say hi to these people. You can hop into a game, they'll be around, they'll wave, you can say hi, chat them up. They are wonderful people to be around. They are the people that are really the unofficial and unspoken ambassadors for the unit, because they are welcoming, because they are consistent, because they love it here as much as I do, as much as I'm sure many of us do. And I really think that this award is hopefully a measure of appreciation for your guys' love and compassion and dedication to the unit that otherwise may have gone unnoticed, or is just simply a part of its identity. And for that, I am extremely grateful and privileged to award each and every one of you with the Mark of Dedication. Congratulations.
And salute. Ready to post. Can I please get CXV Red, Clone Lance Corporal Raz, and CXS Derp front and center? And salute. Ready. 2.
The Expert Aviator Badge. Citation. The Expert Aviator Badge is awarded to troopers assigned to aviation whom have already earned at least one expert ribbon in a relevant field of expertise, having then proven to be a subject matter expert not only in their field of expertise but in all matters pertaining to the art of aerial warfare, as deemed pertinent by the Grand Army of the Republic. Expert aviators are a breed in their own. Our pilots are a breed in their own, but an expert aviator is somebody who has mastered not only the lap gunship, not only perhaps the ARC 170, but every aspect of aviation that could be asked of them on a moment's notice. These are the people that you look to when wanting to see if you could fill any position within aviation, any fulfillment of role in pursuit of assisting a platoon, a company, or even the battalion as a whole. It is, in fact, no small feat to aspire for the Expert Aviation Badge. You have to already have proven yourself an expert pilot, or etc., or other disciplines, such as newly crew chiefs, who are now also eligible for Expert Aviation Badges. You guys are the people that we look to when consideration for any and all requirements or requests of FINOC. And it is with great pride and privilege that I'm able to award each and every one of you with the Expert Aviator Badge. Congratulations.
And salute. Ready. 2. Post. Can I get the following? Clone Lance Corporal Arthur, Clone Lance Corporal Merlin, Clone Lance Corporal Flatline, Corporal Nova, Corporal Brop, and Clone Lance Corporal Blades, front and center. And salute. Ready. 2.
The Expert Crewman Badge. Citation. The Expert Crewman Badge is awarded to troopers assigned to armor or mechanized detachments whom have already earned at least one expert ribbon in a relevant field of expertise, having then proven to be a subject matter expert not only in their field of expertise but in all matters pertaining to the art of armored or mechanized warfare as deemed pertinent by the Grand Army of the Republic. Recipients of the Expert Crewman Badge are, as I've said before, a breed in their own. It is, in fact, a much different play style than that of the infantry. It is a completely different set of skills, situational awareness, prowess, efficiency, and communication that must be exuded at all times. Otherwise, your Varactyl gets run up on by a B1 with a boomstick, gets run up with a BX with a grenade, will get schwacked by 3 or 4 AATs coming around the bend of that hill. It has happened, but these are the people that rise above it. These are the people that are meeting and exceeding all expectations of an armored or mechanized crew member. They have met all requirements of subsidiary ribbons and or fields of expertise and have now aspired to proficiency in all aspects. These are the people during 32, 48-hour operations. We can say, I need a vehicle, something bigger than an ITT, something more deadly, something more versatile, and they say, I got you. They run over to the spawner, they pester the Navy, and they get it down and they roll out. It is them that we run with, it is them that we depend on for our heavy firepower other than FINOC and our artillery assets. It is them that we see on the peripherals of our vision rolling down the streets, and it is these people at the helms of those tanks and those various mechanized assets that keep 2nd Company and at many times the entire battalion alive. And for those awarded this badge, I thank you and I salute you and I'm so very proud of you. Congratulations.
And salute. Ready. 2. For this next one, I finally feel vindicated because this time it is Clone Lance Corporal Marcus with an M. If he doesn't disconnect.
As he
Clone Lance Corporal Cosmic, Clone Sergeant Zephyr, Clone Lance Corporal Dark, Corporal Rick, Clone Staff Sergeant Zick, Clone Lance Corporal Clan, Corporal Bulwark, Clone Lance Corporal Viper, Clone Lance Corporal Dragon, Clone Lance Corporal Rix, Clone Sergeant Warlock, Clone Lance Corporal Biggs, Clone Lance Corporal Man, Clone Lance Corporal Scrib, Clone Lance Corporal Plop, Clone Sergeant Puma, Corporal Binary, Clone Lance Corporal Acidic, Clone Lance Corporal Assassin, Clone Lance Corporal Atlas, Clone Lance Corporal Cloaker, Clone Lance Corporal Viz, Clone Lance Corporal Remedy, Clone Lance Corporal Butter, Clone Lance Corporal Milton, Clone Lance Corporal Sin, and finally, Clone Lance Corporal Airman. We are going to wait momentarily because I think Marcus deserves to be part of the formation considering he got ousted last time. Until then, we'll all sit here in silence, staring at one another.
User joined your channel. User left your channel.
Mav's attendance. That's my joke. For those that don't know, Mav went on like a week or two trip to Japan for hiking, and he came back less knowledgeable of the Japanese language. Someone from the back rooms, Zeus, let's grab Marcus even if he's in his undies. Marcus, join the formation. Hand, salute. Ready, 2.
The Expert Trooper Badge. Citation. The Expert Trooper Badge is awarded to troopers who have already earned at least one expert ribbon in a relevant field of expertise, having then proven to be a subject matter expert on not only their field of expertise, but in all matters pertaining to the art of land warfare, as deemed pertinent by the Grand Army of the Republic. The Expert Trooper Badge, along with all of the other expert badges, are in my opinion one of the more coveted awards that might be given to a trooper within the battalion. It is a testament not only of your prowess in a specific kit, or loadout, or billet, but a testament to the fact that if anybody ever needs it, you might have, or should have, a rudimentary if not expert level of understanding in most if not all kits available to troopers in the battalion. You guys are the people that we've seen become well-rounded troopers in any regard that is pertinent to your billet, either as a trooper, as an NCO, officer, leader in some respects, etc. You have come to embody the standards and the testament of a trooper's well-roundedness and completion of cycles of excellence in multiple kits, billets, loadouts. It is, in fact, very, very coveted in my opinion to achieve this award, and I'm very excited to see so many people up here receiving it this time around. I beg everybody to please look to these people, look to people with the expert badges for guidance, for a role model in the respects of your discipline of warfare that you pursue in the unit. These are the people to look towards for the examples that we set and that we expect of troopers deserving of this badge. And for that, I'm extremely grateful and proud to award each and every one of you with the Expert Trooper Badge. Congratulations.
And salute. Ready, 2. Post. We're on to the final stretch almost. Can I get the following? Clone Staff Sergeant Dillum, Clone Sergeant Ace, Corporal Rick, Corporal Spade, Corporal Trenny, Corporal Lair, Corporal Volpes, Clone Sergeant Ares, Corporal Vengeance, CXS Derp, CXS Talisman, Clone Sergeant Evox, and Clone Sergeant Preacher. Front and center. And salute. Ready, 2.
The Star of Leadership. Citation. The Star of Leadership is awarded to troopers within the 41st Elite Corps Cade Battalion whom have demonstrated exceptional leadership capabilities and skills both in and out of operation. Having personified the expectations of a leader on the relevant level of command, those awarded have been proven to be both efficient and proficient in the leader of fellow troopers whose contributions reflect a positive impact on not only their respective elements, but the unit as a whole. I say it every award ceremony, but I'm going to say it again. It is one thing to be in the billet. It is one thing to have the sash, to have the comma, to be perhaps in some of the meetings, etc. It is another thing to be good at it. It is another thing to be a natural leader, to be a role model, to be an example to follow, to be proficient in all aspects of the job. Because many people, when they sign up for it, may not remember or realize it's not just in game. It's not just about the 2 hours of operations that you do every Saturday and Sunday. 70% of a leader's job exists outside of that time. It exists that Saturday to Saturday, that Sunday to Sunday, during the week, filling out the paperwork, pushing transfer requests, putting in certs and qualification trainings, everything in between, handling disciplinary action reports, issuing out any other situations that may be pertinent to the command at your level, and most importantly, being the glue that holds your unit together. Whether it be a squad, platoon, company, anything. It is up to you guys. And you guys embody what we look for in leaders. Your countless hours, the compassion you put into the job, the tenderness and the individuality you give everybody underneath you while still holding them to a concrete set of standards. I could go on, but I won't for too much longer. It is a award that I really hope means a lot to everybody that receives it. That we recognize and we see you as the leaders that have excelled at their jobs, that have been proven to be efficient and proficient at their respective billets, and that they are the people who everybody beneath you and everybody adjacent to might look to for guidance, a sounding board, and maybe even just a friend. For that, I am extremely proud to award each and every one of you with the Star of Leadership. Congratulations.
And salute. Ready to post. Going forward, each one will most likely have different citations, but we'll call them up all at the same time. For Bronze Crescents, both Veteran Clone Trooper Courtnall, Clone Lance Corporal Stant, Trooper Harlequin, Clone Lance Corporal Blades.
You got all their citations in
your DMs in order. Stant has 2 of them.
Gotcha.
So you'll probably.
Do you want to read it, or do you want me to read it?
I cannot. I don't have a second order.
Gotcha. Do you want to read it, or
the Bronze
what?
Crescents? I can read them.
Okay.
Okay.
Diggs, could you send them to Dara?
Yep. And salute. Ready to.
The Bronze Crescent. Citation. The Bronze Crescent is awarded to troopers whose actions lead to the successful completion of an objective that otherwise would have been impossible without their intervention. Such actions encompass a range of scenarios, including but not limited to saving their squad from a mass casualty event while under fire or attack from overwhelming hostile forces, defending vital objective sectors under overwhelming odds, or heroic action that lead to the objective completement or fulfillment where otherwise would have been failure. This award may be awarded several times, and with valor is awarded. The appurtenance of with valor is awarded for actions that meet all requirements of the Bronze Crescent with additional combat valor or heroism.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
First up, we have Clone Trooper Stant. In the last hours remaining of the 32-hour campaign, hostile forces led a desperate final...
Sorry, wrong one. That's Cortnell.
Sorry, I was given the wrong card. This one's Cortnell. In the last remaining hours of the 32-hour campaign, hostile forces led a desperate final assault on the town of Electrovats. Chimera Platoon had just returned as the assault was beginning. Cortnell, seeing an opportunity, asked to switch to a mortar kit. After switching, fire missions were immediately called in, and without skipping a beat, Cortnell proceeded to start raining hell upon hostile forces massed together, causing mass casualties for the enemy forces. For the next 30 minutes, Cortnell almost never stopped firing. Each fire mission was called in swiftly, responded to with accurate shelling, allowing for the platoons to get some much-needed breathing space to build up fob walls. Without his actions, I'm certain we would have bogged down with limited cover for a longer period of time, all while avoiding counter-battery, BX commando droids, and even Rancors trying to kill him. Next up, Clone Trooper Stant.
There will be two. You're good, keep going.
During the early morning hours, roughly 18 hours into the 32-hour op, a small force of Banshee and Drexel members continued their push south to secure the line and gain more ground towards our main objectives. The CIS didn't take kindly to this and soon sent a large, shielded AAT barreling over the hill towards the squad. CLC Stant charged without hesitation, knowing that there was no other real option other than getting inside the shield with it. While the rest of the squad attempted to distract it, he was successfully able to grenade and hatch the shielded AAT and end the threat that would have most certainly mass-cazzed the squad had it been able to get any closer. Additionally, a second citation for Stant. Claw called out to Zillow over 8-2 and requested assistance. Thanks to the quick reaction of Felix, ordering his troops to assist Rancor 2 with quick thinking, Stant used the ITT main 30mm cannon to halt the B-1 advance, saving Rancor 2 in its entirety from being overran and destroyed, as well as halting the enemy counterattack in its entirety, which saved Rancor 2 from multiple asset losses.
When you move on to Harlequin, mention that this one is with Valor.
The next one is presented Bronze Crescent with Valor to Clone Trooper Harlequin. On 8 March 2026, Kadashi was tasked with securing a civilian town and safely extracting its inhabitants. The squad was split up across various sections of the town. The group in the center of town included several key personnel and experienced a mass cast at a time when other groups could not readily assist. Harlequin's intervention in this mass cast precipitated the completion of the objective. Had the PDF gained a foothold in town and exacerbated the mass cast, Kadashi may not have been able to rescue any civilians. Harlequin took it upon himself to use the Z6 to provide covering fire for the single combat medic attempting to recover the mass cast, engaging a hostile PX-10 carrying a squad plus of PDF forces at close range. In this context, the force Harlequin engaged on his own was overwhelming. He demonstrated great heroism by tactically avoiding the destruction of the vehicle in order to prevent further damage to casualties near the explosion. In doing so, he put himself at greater risk to help the rest of his fellow clones. He selflessly sustained injuries that would have put a less determined trooper in the dirt in order to protect his vulnerable squad mates. And finally, Clone Trooper Blades. Shortly after Voxen suffered a severe mass cast, Blades and his partner Kari arrived in their dewback to render aid. While Kari tended to the dewback, Blades dismounted to provide life-saving aid to those who were still alive. He was rudely interrupted by an entire squad of PDF forces, and in the ensuing gunfight, managed to dispatch them while providing aid. Without Blades where he was, it's believed the trench Voxen was ordered to take would have been extremely difficult, if not impossible, as Blades kept and held a foothold on it, preventing enemy reinforcement and ensured friendly forces would have a safe entry point.
For my part, I won't beat a dead horse, but I will say the Crescents are a
Sorry about that initial mix-up with Courtney.
That are, well, they're something that we closely monitor, that we highly covet. The recipients of the Crescents are those who are accredited with the direct intervention in an objective during an operation that otherwise would have been lost. Without these guys' intervention, without their assistance, without the efforts that they put in, the objective and perhaps even further objectives, or who knows what, might have been more contentious if not impossible. With them at the helm, with them present and exuding exceptional heroism, the objective was taken and the crescent is earned. For that, I can sincerely congratulate all of you for receiving the Bronze Crescent.
And salute. Ready to post. Can I get CXV Monk front and center?
User joined your channel. User left your channel.
Since he's not here, we'll go and continue on.
User joined your channel.
I'll go ahead and read the award and the citation real quick, all the same. The Silver Crescent! Citation: The Silver Crescent is awarded to a trooper whose actions significantly impact the overall success of the operation in which they are engaged. This encompasses a range of achievements, including but not limited to halting an overwhelming force attempting to breach friendly lines, directly impacting a critical platoon or greater level objective for the operation, single-handedly withstanding overwhelming hostile forces, or achieving an equivalent outcome. This award may be awarded several times, and may be awarded with valor for actions that meet all requirements of the Silver Crescent, with additional combat valor or heroism. Mr. Monk is hereby awarded the Silver Crescent with valor for his actions.
Citation for Monk as follows. During the Totharvis campaign, Monk displayed excellent courage, superior airmanship, and unwavering devotion to duty while conducting a high-risk combat extraction mission. When a combined team of Drexel and Banshee troopers conducting deep area reconnaissance behind enemy lines became compromised and requested immediate extraction, the primary extraction lat was destroyed by hostile forces. As the team maneuvered towards the secondary landing zone under intense enemy pressure, Monk responded without hesitation to their urgent calls for support. Despite sustaining heavy enemy fire during his initial approach, forcing him to wave off to avoid catastrophic loss, Monk remained resolute in his mission. With the reconnaissance team rapidly losing ground and enemy forces closing in, he executed a daring approach to a tertiary landing zone positioned between a hostile settlement and the compromised secondary LZ. Demonstrating extraordinary composure, quick intelligence from falling into enemy hands, Monk's valor and selfless dedication reflect great credit upon himself and the force he serves.
Congratulations to Mr. Monk in receiving the Silver Crescent. It's a rare thing for pilots to get it, and it's wonderful to always read through and watch the screenshots and watch the videos that come with it. Seeing the exemplary actions committed by a member of FINOC, no less, it was inspiring, and I am sincerely grateful to have Mr. Monk with us, and I'm oh so thrilled to award him with the Silver Crescent with valor.
Can I get the following? Clone Sergeant Preacher, Corporal Lucky, and Clone Lance Corporal Mixer. We also have Clone Staff Sergeant Dillum come forward. The ones receiving the award will be Preacher, Lucky, and Mixer. Dillum already has the award, but he's attending during the Lucky and Mixer citation. And salute. Ready. Two.
The Medal of Bravery. Citation: The Medal of Bravery is awarded to troopers who display a feat of exceptional individual courage in the face of danger, prioritizing the success of the mission and survival of their fellow troopers over their own safety, whether it be involving courageously running from cover to retrieve several downed troopers amidst hostile fire, single-handedly overcoming exceedingly improbable odds, willingly placing themselves in harm's way to ensure the mission's completion, These individuals exemplify selfless dedication and valor with extraordinary measures.
Apologies, there we go. The following citation is for Clone Sergeant Preacher as put in by Clone Commander Apathy of Republic Special Operations Group. During Chimera's main operation, Clone Sergeant Preacher displayed exceptional bravery, initiative, and dedication to fellow clone troopers during the seizure of the airfield. As RSOG elements were overwhelmed by a sudden counterattack from CIS and PDF forces, Clone Commander Apathy, who was acting as RSOG Battalion Command at the time, became isolated and critically wounded inside a captured CIS tower. Surrounded by multiple B-1 battle droids and on the verge of bleeding out, Apathy was moments away from capture as hostile forces attempted to detain him. Recognizing the severity of the situation, Preacher pushed through hostile territory to reach the tower under intense enemy pressure. Upon arrival, he immediately rendered life-saving medical aid to Apathy, successfully stabilizing and returning him to fighting condition. Preacher then fortified and barricaded the tower entrance to prevent enemy access, personally holding the defensive position against surrounding CIS forces while protecting the acting battalion commander. Preacher maintained the defenses of the position until Chimera QRF elements arrived, allowing Apathy to be safely extracted to a secure location. His decisive actions directly prevented the capture and likely death of RSOG Command during a critical stage of the operation. Clone Sergeant Preacher demonstrated extraordinary courage, composure under fire, and unwavering loyalty to his fellow troopers, perfecting the highest standards of the Grand Army Republic and RSOG.
Personally, I think it's really cool that we opened up the awards to our friends in RSOG, allowing them to put in recommendations for anybody that they felt also received an award. It's worth noting that we went through and definitely agonized over them. We deliberated over all of them and made sure that they all were worthy of awarding. The write-up was beautiful. The testimonials were exemplary. Just the pure action of it all. It was great clips to watch, and it was impressive to behold, I have to say. So with that, I'm ecstatic to award Mr. Preacher with the Medal of Bravery. On to the next.
That one's gonna be you, Dar.
Affirm. Following citation is for Mixer, Lucky, and Dillon. On May 10th, 2026, Banshee Command was informed of a farmer who could provide intelligence on the so-called administrator if their family were rescued. Banshee Platoon was tasked with finding them in Elektrovatsk and securing them. Although Kadashi were the ones to first breach and secure the family, Corporal Lucky and Clone Lance Corporal Mixer were paramount to their survival. Firstly, when one family member foolishly attempted to escape on their own into an active war zone and walking directly into the line of fire of multiple B-2 super battle droids, Lucky and Mixer protected the Quarren with their bodies and eventually were able to resecure them. Then, when the CIS sent an AAT to ensure the family wouldn't make it out of the city, they charged the tank valiantly and both threw grenades down the hatch. As a direct result of these two troopers' selfless actions, the farmer's family was safely rescued, and the deal, which permitted a battalion-wide raid, was followed through.
This is another one of those examples of truly extraordinary actions during an operation. The 32-hour operation gave us many of the awards that were given tonight. The feats of heroism and the extraordinary commitment to your roles and also to the operation at hand and arguably the campaign as a whole was something to behold. The screenshots, the video recordings for all of this was amazing to watch with command and to review, and I was very, very pleased to be able to approve for distribution the Medals of Bravery for those awarded during this action. It was a lot of fun, and I love when it plays into roleplay and to the lore and to the actual story of what we're doing. So, congratulations.
Hey, salute. Ready. 2. Can I get the Clone Sergeant Evox front and center?
You doing Evox 6?
No, Merc hasn't.
Got it.
And salute. Ready. 2. You'll have the next one for.
Now, for some of the really fun ones. J-Guys. Citation. J-Guys are regarded as the most prestigious award that may be earned for battlefield prowess and efficiency. Those awarded the right to bear J-Guys have proven to be a lethal asset to the unit in all disciplines of the art of warfare, possessing a deadly, mature, and proficient manner of singular warfighting that is regarded as above exemplary on a long-standing, continuous basis. The following citation corresponds with this award. Evox has been a member of the 41st since the Totharvis campaign. Served as Crate Squad's medic since the founding of 1-3 for what was felt like an eternity. As my medic during my time as Blue Team, FTL, and Crate, Evox was someone I trusted more than anyone to keep myself and the rest of the team alive. During Crate's skirmishes out in the field, his skill and his time earned him a well-deserved title of Doc after receiving his well-deserved Expert Medic ribbon. Then Evox did something I could never fathom happening. He left Crate Squad and became one of the first Rangers, filling the ranks of Vornskir 1. Since that time, Evox has showcased that he was not only good at saving lives, but taking them as well. Without question, he has become one of the most formidable and lethal assets in Ranger platoons since the legendary Big Boss Man Ranger, SIGs, whether it was an AR gunner, 15A, C, or S, placed in Evox's hands. He has consistently proven time and again since becoming part of Vornskir platoon that he is an absolute killing machine. His mastery of this unit's weapon systems enable him to stack bodies, whether they be droid, Mandos, or human division. As well as you can go to anyone in this unit, whether they be CLC or BC. Not one person has ever had an ill word, experience, or conversation with Evox in this unit since he became a part of it. Never have I ever heard this trooper rage, raise his voice, badmouth, or anything of this like, inside or outside of operations, always maintaining a cool and level head in any situation, thus proving his maturity and to an almost saint-like degree with patience and restraint. I, for one, sincerely believe that Evox truly embodies the qualities in which this honorable award should be granted. And if that isn't enough to prove it, then I will also let the screenshots from a majority of this campaign's ops thus far do the talking. My goodness. J-Guys. A very rare thing to be awarded, but something that is very well deserved by all those who have been awarded them. J-Guys, perhaps a common misconception in this unit's parameters for it is that it is simply for lethal killing. You can be accessible to a cannon, to a minefield, to an RPS-6, and stack bodies. There are many ways to stack bodies during an operation, especially when you have thousands of them thrown at you every single operation. It works. But to do it continuously, while also maintaining a character that is well regarded, if not coveted, by the platoon as a whole, is more what it's about. It's about being a lethal asset, not only with the weapon, but in your character, but in your composure, in your demeanor, that supports the level-headedness and the maturity that carries with it being a lethal asset. If it were only about stacking droids, many people might have it, but it's about having it and earning it and maintaining that degree of earning it for many years to come, is what I care about. Evox, You have exemplified every single standard that we put before you. You are regarded as one of the nicest people in the unit that I know I've heard of and that I've gotten the privilege of getting to know myself. You have become a shining example not only throughout Crate, throughout 1st Platoon, 1st Company, but the entire battalion, especially Rangers, for what is expected of you in whatever capacity you serve. And most importantly, you have done this continuously, unceasingly, and without really any restraint. You have given your all to everything you've done in this unit, and it warms my heart. And above all, and especially, you've given your all in operations and to stacking bodies. Accompanied with all of that, that is exemplified in your character. Evox, I am more than proud to award you the right to carry on your armor the J-Guys insignia. Congratulations, Sergeant Evox.
The one minor addition I'll also bring up is Evox excels greatly at surviving. He stacks bodies and does it while staying alive. Multiple of these screenshots provided by the person who wrote up the commission cited almost every single one of almost 13 screenshots, 0 deaths with triple-digit kills consistently over this campaign. Survivability is one thing that's constantly overlooked in terms of lethality. It's very easy for someone to get into the fight, drop triple digits, but die 5 times in the process. Evox, for some reason, either by paying the Zeuses or having better PCs than all of us, somehow learns to survive. Hand. Salute. Ready. 2. Post.
That's my man.
Can I get Clone Lance Corporal House front and center? By the way, that kid's mine. He's mine. I own that one. I recognize that one. Hand. Salute. Ready. 2.
Channel switched.
Tiggs, let me know when to talk, because I can't hear anything.
Yeah, I'll let you know. You're good to go now.
Alright, well, I bet everybody knows why House is up here. If you've ever thought about a custom texture in the 41st Elite Corcade Battalion, House has probably been there to greet you, or maybe just DM'd you ahead of time because he's already thinking about you. S5 would not be what it is today, or even close, without House. Custom vehicles, custom secret projects, the cold armor, just because he needed something else to do. If there is a texture, House is there and has been there time and time and time again. And you know what? I don't know where we would be in terms of customs without House and the countless hours that he has put in, because he absolutely refuses to take a proper break. So, House, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything that you have done for the unit. And, well, I think henceforth and forevermore, you shall finally be known as Mansion.
Yeah, House is, before I passed over to the Big Cheese, House is like the John Wick suit-up scene where he's getting the guns, the suits. All of them are just House in a different mask. He's always there, always doing textures. He is more than willing to hop in and assist people, just send VC as well while they're doing their own textures. He has, in fact, I dare say more than Mansion, Mr. CLC has become a home.
He has indeed. I won't yap too much, but I will say that I am ecstatic that he was put in for this award and that I can reward it. It was, without a question, a very easy decision. As somebody who can see every single channel in this Discord and in the TeamSpeak, it is without a doubt a testament to this guy's commitment to texturing. I wish I could have taken the foresight to count all of the tickets and textures requests that he's fulfilled up until this date. It is well in the triple digits and likely somewhere maybe even into the almost the 4 digits. It's so much. Absolutely. It's it is a number that I'm afraid to even think of. But my God, through it all, Mr. House, it has been an absolute privilege to have you with us, to see you put such dedication into your craft, and to be a part of so many people's journeys in the unit. So many people in this room and out owe their customs to you. They are rocking your work. They are rocking you. You have become a part of them and a part of the unit's very fabric, and I really do appreciate everything that you give to this unit. I look forward to seeing you thrive, to aspire to new heights, and to finding every place in this unit that makes you happy as much as you do us. Thank you very much, Mr. House.
House will have a tip jar at his feet when you return to his place, and legally I'm being told by our lawyers that is a joke. Hand salute. Ready to post.
Alright, second to last order of business. Will all of my advanced reconnaissance commandos please join me on the podium? Will the following trooper please report front and center? Clone, Staff Sergeant 1622, Dillum. And salute. Ready, to. Clone, Staff Sergeant Dillum. My oh my. The selection process for Advanced Reconnaissance Commando is not something that we advertise. It is something that is kept in the back rooms of the unit under much lock and key. Myself, Squatch, Burns, and Siggs have all deliberated over this for the majority of this year so far. It has been a turbulent time deciding who would best be deserving of the fin next. The ARC Trooper program is one that we conduct much differently than other units, and I believe reflects more accurately the testaments of an ARC Trooper as pertinent to a community such as ours. It is not just being a good trooper. It's not just being a good person. It's not just being a good leader or a good S-shop, this or that. It is about being all of it. It is about being somebody that everybody knows. It's about being the kind of person that you can point to and say, that guy represents Cade Battalion. It is about being a representation of this unit in everything that we try to strive for, and to strive to stand for. It is an arduous process, and one that I know the existing ARC troopers have anguished over for many months. It is something that we've discussed at great lengths. There were other candidates, but there was always a name that shined out with the rest. But it was always concurrently Dillum. Yes, on Dillum. It was then afterwards that I took the great pleasure in being able to evaluate you secretly and discreetly over the last few weeks, and have found that all of the testimonies and all of the warm wishes and the best of endorsements to be found true. You come to everything. You fill in for every platoon. You are a part of so many different S-shops. You contribute in all aspects of the unit, in and out of our game, in and out of operation. You exemplify the best attributes of this unit. You are a role model to many and a friend to many more. For that, Clone Staff Sergeant 1622 Dillum, it is my honor and my privilege to appoint you as the newest member of Cade Battalion's Advanced Reconnaissance Commando program. From now on, and henceforth, you will now be ARC 1622 Dillum. Congratulations, ARC Trooper Dillum. And salute. Ready, two. All ARC Troopers, post. And finally, we have one last thing to attend to before we are all dismissed for the night. As many of you know, this last Sunday, we were told that we would be losing a valued and longtime member of this unit. Mr. Shockcap has had a change in circumstances in real life that require his attention, and sadly do not leave room for Cade Battalion for the foreseeable future. He's not here right now. He's listening to us via his earbuds at his IRL job, and he's also watching the stream. So hello, Shockcap. Yes, you are still getting the shout out. Mr. Shockcap, I cannot thank you enough for all the things that you've done for this unit. You were there with us at day one. You came with us with the idea that we all shared of wanting to do things better, wanting to do things differently than what we'd all experienced in the past, and breaking the molds that we'd seen really thrust upon the Star Sim community for years. We wanted to do things our way. We wanted to do things different. I am not a pilot. None of my command really is. I can maybe pull off a tailspin and a rather nice-looking crash, if you ask nicely. But from day one, Shockcap has been there to be everything for FINOC, everything for aviation. He wrote all the books. He wrote the SOPs. He founded FINOC as its first officer. He became the leader of a rather experimental way of flying. If anybody knows, or has been in other Star Sim units, our LATs and our vehicles in air are very different from many other units. And it is something that we covet greatly. It is something that maybe we take it for granted more than we should. It is something that we covet, though, amongst the community at large. Its feedback, its continuous testing, its continuous refinement is due to Shockcap. Communicating with Dara, communicating with myself, with other members of command, and being there throughout all of it. People have come to join me in command and in high command, such as Annex and Cardinal and Siggs, others amongst you guys in platoon commands. But Shockcap has been there in his capacity as the head of FINOC since day one. It has been him, every step of the way, every shaky step, every firm step, every step backwards, and then 2 steps forwards. It's been Shockcap. He's been there as not only the Air Wing commander, but as a friend and as a wonderful sounding board. I remember even as recently as the 32-hour operation, he and I getting into a lat and just flying around for half an hour, just talking. Flying around, shooting the shit, having fun, discussing the future of the unit, with and without him. I am confident to say that he has prepared FINOC as best as he could to step forward without him, to carry on his legacy and to continue to embody the principles that he instilled in this unit at its conception. I am incredibly grateful to consider him a friend, a member of our high command, the founder of aviation for this unit, and above all else, a brilliant pilot. Thank you, Mr. Shotcap, from the bottom of my heart for everything that you've given this unit. All the time, all the meetings, all the DMs, all the paragraphs, all the tweaks, all the testings, all the considerations, all the arguments, constructive arguments that helped shape the unit as it is today in every respect, considering any possible connection to aviation. Thank you for everything. I won't officially pass on the torch to his successor tonight, as I want him to be there for it. But I wanted to give a public and hopefully sincerely taken send-off. Thank you, Shotcab. We will miss you incredibly and more than you could ever know. So thank you again, Mr. Shotcab, for everything that you've given to the Cade Battalion, and I wish you all the best in what is to come for you next. And perhaps someday we may see you back once again rocking the green. But until then, thank you again. With that, I believe that draws to a close tonight's ceremony. My final words of send-off. Three things. Number one, thank you for everybody that made Totharvis special. Thank you for everybody that helped make the last several months memorable and a wonderful step forward for the unit. There were many rocky points. There were many things that were in contention, many considerations for maybe we should pivot, maybe we should do it some other way. But I think in the end, we wrangled it all in. We put a nice, brilliant bow on it, and Totharvis was something special. Thank you to everybody that made it possible. Even if you didn't get an award, you know that you'd contributed. Even if it's as the CT, even if it's the CLC, if you're in the S shops, if you're a leader, if you're simply somebody that dropped by to help one of the random people that helped Dara with some things in code, not even in the unit, if you simply donated to the server and helped us put on our operations, thank you for everything. My second thing, if you maybe put in an award and didn't get it, please do not take it as a slight. There are many, many awards put in. We have done this in a new way as of recently, where it's not all of us in one big meeting, but instead it's by company. Your company commanders with your platoon leaders, your platoon sergeants. FINOC does their own, and the S-Shop send it to the S-Shop overseers for consideration. There are many more opportunities to get all of these awards. There are always going to be more campaigns. If you didn't get that medal you wanted, if you didn't get that ribbon, if you didn't get that badge you wanted, there is always another chance. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you strive for more than what you either got tonight or wanted. Number 3, if you didn't get an award, just at all, and you maybe it wasn't put in or anything, I must confess, I am not God. I don't see everything. I don't see every little thing that everybody does. It's impossible. Perhaps back in the day when we were one platoon, I could have. 4 platoons, Ranger platoon, the Navy, FINOC, almost just said Shotcap, jeez, FINOC, everything. With over 200 members attending operations throughout the weekends, it is impossible for me to see everything. This campaign's attendance record fell 2 spots short of the record. Our highest attendance for the Totharvis campaign was 219 people attending, and this is non-repeating, unique individuals attending operations. 219 attending operations. We were very close, and I'm not upset about it. I covet everybody that came, but please, put each other in for awards. Look around when you're in operations. Keep your recordings going. If you see somebody, especially the new CTs, put them in for it. You never know. Plenty of people that came up here tonight, I'm sure, weren't expecting anything. And I know it really warms their heart to see that. And if not, then to get pinged by me in a few minutes with a huge roster and they get to learn about it in the Discord. So, please, I beg all of you to help me, to help your commands decide who gets these awards by putting them in. By not waiting until the last minute. There were a few that were submitted past the deadline. But to put each other in for them. Please be each other's advocates, be each other's companions, and be each other's, silent benefactors, if you want to call it that. People that put each other in for the awards. It means the world to them. But those are really my biggest remarks. The numbers for Totharvis were amazing. 148 people came to the step-off, and it was the first ever continuous operation in the unit's history that the game did not crash on step-off. With 148 people. I love watching the screenshots and the clips and the videos. I love it. It's wonderful. The same instance of the server that existed at start continued on for, I think, about 12 hours, if not more. And it really, really showed. Big props to everybody that has fine-tuned our server to that point. 148 people is no joke. And perhaps I might have not even attributed some of the people that attended. I do know that at some point... Let me actually check right now, actually. Hold on. There we go. Yeah. Through the first server instance alone... Take that, Belarus. Exactly. Through the first server instance alone that existed for over 12 hours for the first day, we had a grand total of 218 people sign in to the server. Holy shit. We were right there. And perhaps we ascended past it for continuous operations. I couldn't count the second days, but I look forward to announcing if we surpassed and made ourselves a new attendance record. Thank you guys so much for your contributions to the unit and everything that you do. I cannot say it enough, but I know I'm yapping, so I will pass it off to if Dara or Sigs have any final words before we dismiss the battalion.
Go ahead, Dara.
You know what? I'm going to save you guys the yap. I know we've already been here for a while. But thank you for all the support during the Totharvis campaign. And I look forward to seeing you all on Dantooine tomorrow. Woo! Oh shit, we forgot to do signups. Or I forgot to do signups. Crap!
Yeah, you fucked.
Alright, now that we're to it, I'll do the 30-minute backpacking off what the BC said. I'm kidding, nothing for me.
Alright, with that being said, as of now, we are now on inner term. The next 3 weekends are inner term. If you are feeling a bit eepy, a bit exhausted, the next 3 weeks are the time to take a break, take a breather, not do as much. We will be resuming operations on June 6th, 2026. For anybody that knows the significance of that date, you might be able to guess what kind of theme our first op in the next campaign will have. But until then, for the next 3 weekends, we will have our inner term. For those of you who don't know, it is in fact we will still have operas. We will still have operations every weekend. However, they will not be tied to an overarching story. We'll explore some canonical battles, some homebrew battles, and the last weekend before step off of the Nukes campaign will be our FTX weekend. So look forward to seeing you guys all in a dedicated training environment for your platoon main ops. But until then, I will catch you next time. Please try not to kill each other in the hangar. But with that, I will call the battalion to attention. And you are all dismissed. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Happy end of Totharvis, 2.5 years of Cade, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Have a very wonderful time, guys. Thank you.
Oh my god,
Please do not kill each other.
it's a new option for you guys.
User left
You're gonna rape him.
User
He's
left
already
user
All
dead.
right.
left your
Well,
channel.
thank you for everyone watching on
Hey, Nick, I got a
Twitch and
question for you.
YouTube. Shotcap, it
User
will
left
not
your
be the
channel.
same
User
without
left your
you.
channel.
Every time we run one of these ceremonies, I
User
always
joined
need to
your
ask
channel.
him, and I never.